This is the IndySlotCar Series.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Glory Days. I'm Dave Despain.
I'm Dave to Portugal, and welcome to Win Funnel, very special edition. The once and now future champion of HO Champ Car, Phil Cianiciola, joins me. And Phil, we've waited all season to have you on the show.
Oh, it's great to be here. I love the show.
Well, we've been watching all season with what has been just an amazing run of first the early part of your season when you ran off win after win after win and went out to just a huge lead. Talk about that first half of the season.
Well, a lot of it was luck. I always say, it takes talent and it takes luck to win in this series. And I knew I had the talent, but stuff was just falling into place. I was getting good lanes, I was getting good heats, I was getting breaks on pit stops. Everything was just going right in the first part of the season. It almost seemed easy.
We got about halfway through the season, and then all of a sudden Dan Margetta from Hindsight Championship Racing started to make an amazing run of his own. And all of a sudden, the points championship started to tighten up. Talk about, you and Dan it's been really a classic duel all season, because at the beginning of the season, right here at this very track at the Shrine, you guys had a duel that came right down to the very last lap, last couple of, just the last few seconds of the race.
It was a duel in the desert, it really was. And that's why I'm very disappointed that he's not here tonight. I don't know, if I was trailing by 25 points with 2 races to go, I don't think I'd go to a movie instead of racing.
I agree.
It kind of inks the championship for me backwards here, but we'll see. I'm very disappointed because I respect Dan as a driver, and you want to beat the guys that are trying to beat you on the track, which we did in Chicago, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, it was at that point where the championship really turned on that race, the last race in Chicago, where if you don't win that race and Dan finishes 5th, maybe you flip that around, and we're talking about just a handful of points to make the difference here.
Chicago's very sweet because, I'll tell you, in 12 years of racing, that was one of my favorite victories, because everybody was against me. There's so many fans because they cheer for the underdog.
Absolutely.
The other teams were against me. Even the announcer at one point was cheering for somebody else to make the final instead of me, and I just shut them all up, and I loved every minute of it.
Now, in the middle of this run where things had started to kind of fall apart a bit for you, you had some races where you were struggling. In the middle of all that, you changed teams. I mean, this is unheard of, I think, of a major championship run, and then the driver going from one team to another. Can you explain maybe what happened there?
Well, my hand was kind of forced in that deal. It was a bad deal because there was a misunderstanding about a heat race selection. I picked a heat race with my teammate figuring we'd finish 1-2. I never thought twice about it. Well, he didn't finish second, and obviously was upset by the fact that I raced in the same heat with him. He's a car builder. I couldn't have somebody upset with me building my car for the next race.
That's Jim Iverson of PKVH.
So we went over to Team Spirit, and Team Spirit gave me a home for the rest of my career, because this is it, 2 more races and I'm done after 12 years.
Now, how about that? You've been really one of the driving forces behind this series. And now 12 years of driving, and you're stepping out of the cockpit.
Yeah, and I'm such a fan of Mike TV that I'd like to use this forum right now to make another announcement. I'm not only stepping out of the cockpit. 12 years ago, I founded this whole series, and I'm just at a point in my life now where I need to move on, and this is going to be it. The Shrine track is going to be for sale.
Wow.
And I'm going to dissolve all connections with HOCC. We are in negotiations right now with a serious potential buyer to own and operate the whole series next season.
This is huge news, people.
It's time for me to move on after 12 years. It's very important that we get the right ownership to carry what I built for 12 years here on. But it's just one of those points I'm at in my life now where it's clear that I need to do other things.
Wow. Well, we are honored that you chose this forum to share this with everybody.
You guys do a great job.
We've always had a great time all season coming. We've been here for the second Shrine race of the season, and we look forward to hopefully hooking up with you at some point in the future as we continue to cover whatever form the HO Champ Car series takes. Moving into the future, we'll see what's next.
We hope to have something finalized and announce it at the awards banquet in a couple of weeks.
So stay tuned to Win Funnel and, of course, Mike TV. Now let's watch some racing.
Phil Double D down here. Yikes, don't get into a cacti like this. You'll get that in the arse and it'll really hurt. Now let's get down to the starting grid. Right here on the pole. Yikes, that's a new pole winner. That's Mark Walzak. First career pole. A great run today. His teammate on the outside. That racing care belongs to Jim Iverson. PKVHO is 1-2. Now let's go to little Chris B, whatever your name is.
I don't remember either. We got number 3, number 6. The boiler. Don't rush me, please. Don't rush me.
Come on.
Number 2 in the 4th place. That's Chris Spirit.
That's right.
Back to you.
That's right. That's Team Spirit. Back here, you've got in the fur care. That's the Pabst care. Why is the camera shaking? The camera's shaking. I don't understand it. The Pabst care is number 4 care, and that's Phil Cianiciola. He's got the championship locked up because Dan Margetta didn't even show up tonight. Yikes! Next to him, that's the Corona care driver. That's the drinking diva. Amy Butler. He's starting to wear off on me. Now you, little B.
Mike Kristoff. I think he's no numbers on his card. I don't know what car that is. And,
it's confusing.
Number 98. It was Jim Keeney. Now it's some guy named Rob Hart. Yeah.
That's it. Holy smokes. That's the Leinenkugel 200 field. Yikes.
What a mess.
Hi, Kitty Bo Peep here at the start of the first race of the Leinenkugels 200. They've entrusted me with the camera and the microphone during this entire heat race. Oh my God, they have no idea what they're in for now. Well, it's an exciting start during this heat race. We have in it Mike and Jim, Chris, and Phil. Phil, who is the leader of our points. We have here Jim Iverson racing against his former teammate Phil Cianiciola. Doesn't appear there are any hard feelings between the two, but between you and me, let's be honest, who could have let that go, huh? Ladies, yeah? To turn down the gray fox, I don't know. It was a complete mistake. That man is just a sex magnet. These cars are speeding by. I can't even tell who is who. This is absolutely insane. I've never been so close to such fast cars in my life. I think it might be turning me on. It's just amazing, the speed of these cars. Well, here we have it. Mike Kristoff is in the lead. Following close behind him is Jim Iverson. Oh, what an exciting race already. And we've had a stop and go on Phil Cianciola part, who I think is driving a bit of a snail today. Always the luck of the draw with these club car chassis. You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes it's Miss Daisy driving. Sometimes it's Speed Racer. Oh, there's 1 minute remaining in the first half of the first heat of the Leinenkugels 200. And may I just say that is some fine Leine's Red I am drinking tonight. Excellent beer. Very smooth, very refreshing. Here you see the drivers switching lanes, so you probably normally don't see this. We have Jim in the lead by a foot. For those of you who don't know what that is, that would be 12 inches. Yes, 12 inches, ladies. And then we have Mike Kristoff in second. And when it comes to third and fourth, who cares? Mike's gearing up. He looks optimistic. That's good. Good for the hindsight team. Since one of their teammates is missing, decided to go see a movie instead. I'm sure there'll be some discussion amongst the ranks about that. Phil and Mike racing for first and second. Of course, the first and second spots transfer to the final heat race. I wish I could remember where I put my beer. Maybe I can ask this nice Marshal in the white shirt here if he'd get my beer for me.
Is it this one?
Oh, yes, sir. Leine's Red. Oh, son, you better give me that beer before you have to marshal.
Iverson, Kristoff,
Oh, there's a major crash on the track. Major crash. Here you see Mike Kristoff and Phil Cianiciola are on the same lap. The lap for the second transfer of second place. Now I think it's clear that Mike is in the lead. Mike Kristoff of Hindsight Racing, an excellent racing team. I've met them, very jovial folks, and of course always have a Corona beer to offer to me.
Heat race number 2 ready to roll off. Amy Butler, Tom Speart, Mark Walzak, and the rookie, the brand new rookie, that's Rob Hart. And the early lead belongs to Mark Walzak. No, that's Mark Walzak. Out front. Tom Speart running second. He has a spin right there. You come down these long Sedona straights. Get some major high speed. The question is, what do you do with it when you come down to the final, to the end of it in these corners? Mark Walzak handling it very well. And he's out front. The question is, who's going to finish second, I think, in this heat race? Oh, we've got a crash and a problem there for Tom Speart again. Amy Butler looking to move up into second place. And then Hindsight Championship Racing car. The Corona-sponsored car hasn't been in a final in a while. Good opportunity to do it here as the first 2 cars in each heat race are going to move on to this final here. The Leinenkugel 200. He's got to hit the breaking points anyway. He's had trouble with that. Got a great looking race going here with Mark Walzak, the rookie. Made several finals now. This second half of the season has really seen marked improvement. Could tonight be the night when he breaks through for that premier win? Mark Walzak scoring a ton of points here in this final and easily advancing to the final of the Leinenkugel's 200. Tom Speart from Team Spirit is also going to be joining him in that final. So it'll be the pair of PKVHO drivers joining in the final. And then one member of Team Spirit, that's Tom. Amy Butler finishing third. And the debut effort of Rob Hart coming up fourth.
Phil Double D down here in the driver interview area. We're with Mike Kristoff, the Matador. You did very well in Chicago, and you're doing very well tonight. How does it feel?
It feels great. I mean, we had some struggles there for a few races, but right back in towards the front of the grid. Looks good.
The Matador won the pole to open the season on this track. He likes the desert a lot. Let's go to Little B now with Dad Tom Speart.
Chris Lilly here. Look, Chris Kanamaki. What, you having trouble hearing? Do you need a bell tone?
I need a battery.
Oh man. So you made the final 4. There was 1, 2, 3, 4 members of your team, and you're only.
Hang on here. I knew Phil would bring the championship, but he also brought his hairstylist and kind of trying to straighten up our team here.
We don't have all day.
All right. Okay.
You're the only. This bud's for you.
Thank you.
You're the only. Don't turn the label around.
Okay.
You're the only guy from the team. Yeah, only guy from the team to make the final. What are your chances?
I think they're pretty good. We got a good car today, and we want to finish off the year good. We've got do good in the final race at the 500 because we did 1-2 there last year. So we're hoping to do okay.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Little B, for that very enlightening interview. Yikes. Okay, here's PKVHO Racing. 1-2 in age, but 1-2 in speed. Mark Walzak, rookie, never won before, first pole. What's going through your head? Nerves?
Yeah, no pressure. It just running.
Is that it? Is there more answer to that?
You learned that from Larry Rodder.
Well, let's go to Jim Iverson instead then. He's the old man of the team, the Gray Fox. He knows how to get it done. You've got a fast racing car tonight.
Yeah, I got a fast car. I just want to say that the team's really happy. A couple of weeks ago, we lost a 4-time champion, and what are we going to do? And now we got the hottest rookie. So we're hot for this race. We think we might finish 1-2. Who knows?
They say they're hot. Ladies, what do you think? PKVHO, take a look. Phil Paul Page for the Leinenkugel's 200 final. Phil Paul Page for the Leinenkugel's 200 final. Tom the Boiler Spirit on the inside. Mike Kristoff, Mark Walzak, Jim Iverson. That's your lineup for the Leinenkugel's 200 here at this beautiful Shrine Desert Road Course. Shocking announcement at the beginning of the broadcast today. This track is for sale. This is the last time these drivers will compete on this track here in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. The ownership of the whole series is going to change hands in the off-season. The future is uncertain right now, but one thing's for sure, we've got a score to settle tonight yet, and that's the Leinenkugel's 200. This is called Sedona Straits in this track. Look how long. You can barely get it all in the shot. They come screaming uphill. Then they bend down here, sweeping around Victory Circle and back down the other half, the lower half of Sedona Straits. Down there, they come down a section called Hugh Downs. Then they come around Canyon Corner and up the front straightaway along the paddock you see right there. That's a lap around the Shrine. Come off the corner here and then zoom. Look at the speeds these cars carry through the cactus here in the Arizona desert. Beautiful run down Sedona Straight right there. Early lead to PKVHO right there. Jim Iverson, Mark Walzak. There's a nice shot of the team. Iverson, the Gray Fox, leading the young rookie, the understudy, the future of the series perhaps right there. And that man, our pole sitter tonight, Mark Walzak. Boy, he'd like to get his first victory tonight. You see some of the red rock on this racetrack. Some of those rocks actually came from the Grand Canyon, the Jam Paddock. And Bobby Unser, this is a really premier racing facility. Well, Paul, I think it is. It's a racer's racetrack. Now, what I mean by that is you got race car drivers, and it's a race car track. That's why it's a race car track. The only thing you don't want to do is rub too hard against one of these big rocks down here in this corner. Because if you do, right there, see it? You'll see a flash of magnesium from the wheel. Even if you just hit it a little bit, Paul. It's awesome bad. There's the place everyone wants to be, Victory Lane. They're setting up the trophy already there. Who will it be? The rookie for the first time ever? For PKVHO Racing, Great Big Pictures car, we shall see. Or maybe it'll be the owner of the team, Jim Iverson. Those two lead just past the 1/4 of the way mark down. The Leinenkugel's 200 past the halfway point now. And after the pit stops, I can report to you here that the pit stops were pretty routine here at the Big Desert course. A couple of stops were perfect. PKVHO had a real nice stop for Jim Iverson. Tom Spirit had a perfect stop. They pulled a burrito wrapper out of Kristoff's car. It took 15 seconds, but he was then gone. And then our pole sitter, the rookie, Mark Walzak, right there, you saw him go for the tear-off. It must be getting dirty out there. There's a lot of sand. But Walzak had a problem, too, at his pit, a little longer than usual. He still tries to chase Jim Iverson down. Right now, this is Iverson's race to lose. Here along the wall, you see some of the greats that used to drive champ cars. Nigel Mansell, Emerson Fittipaldi, Bobby Rahal, Michael and Mario Andretti, Alex Zanardi, Paul Tracy, Ari Lyondike. A great collection of photos here at the Shrine. This is the home track of Phil Cianiciola. Here you see the plaque he won way back in 1993, the first series year ever when it was called the PPPG-HO IndyCar Series. I'm sure he values that plaque very much. It'll be put somewhere special when this track gets torn down after this race. Well, apparently there were no PKVHO team orders here tonight for a rookie win or a chance at the rookie taking the money, because it's the team boss, Jim Iverson, who has led this race most of the way. And now with just a few laps to go, Jim Iverson is poised to take the victory here at the Shrine Desert Road Course. The Leinenkugel's 200. It looks to be a 1-2 PKVHO finish. A nice effort for the team here tonight in the desert. Jim Iverson fighting for a position in the overall standings. He He'd like to get up as high as possible here. He paced a field that was only 8 racers strong tonight, but he was the best of the 8 right there. There's the teammates sharing a moment. The rest of the drivers saying congratulations. The Great Fox, Jim Iverson of Bayside, Wisconsin, picks up the win.
Lily here. What is that a real hand? They cut someone's hand off. Wow. Oh, there's still the wires are attached. Whoa. You better put that back where you got it. But you won the race, so I guess you get to keep that if you want.
Yeah, right. This is the most prestigious trophy in HO Champ Car, and I'm just glad to have it back.
Oh, he's got something here. What do you got there?
The Shrine Track Management, first place, Leinenkugel's Honey Vice bag. Congratulations on a hard-fought win.
Thank you very much. Oh, wow. It's been a long season. The season's been a roller coaster ride. You know, middle of the season, I lost my teammate that I've had for years. I was very tough emotionally. Now I got another teammate that's turning out to be a terrific driver, and I'm just thrilled. I am happy to have this win. This is great.
Well, good. Take care of that hand.
I will.
Hopefully the guy who that hand belongs to won't come looking for it.
Hi, Kitty Bo Peep here with Mark Walzak. Isn't he a cutie pie? Oh, I think, look at that baby face on him. Oh, and 3 podiums in a row, finished second in the Liney's 200. Awesome beer, I might add. Mark, how do you feel?
Very excited. PKVHO 1-2. You know, the engineers and Jimmy B gave me a great setup tonight. You know, I'm excited for Jim to get him his win, and we're hanging in there. We'll get a win before the year's out.
Well, definitely grab one of these Liney's beers and look at this face. Isn't he a cutie? Ladies, he's taken.
Little Chris Economaki here looking for Mike Kristoff. He's drinking a Bud, I think, or a...
Bud?
What?
Who do you think the sponsor of the race is, Chris? Come on.
I can't read. Okay. But you finished third. So you finished third. Oh, well, that's good.
Third.
How do you feel about finishing third?
Third was as good as I had, you know. The PKV cars were just way too fast, and so we finished best in class, you know.
Well, enjoy that Bud.
Liney's. Leinenkugel, people.
Okay. Whatever you say.
From Chippewa Falls.
Whatever you say.
Since 1867.
Yikes, Phil Double D, look at Tom Spears. Appears to be missing an appendage. What happened?
You know, I had a few too many. I woke up, I got no hand.
I think they're using it for the trophy.
Oh, can I get it back sometime?
4th place. You must feel good other than the hand.
There we go. There we go. Thank you.
All right. 4th place. How does it feel? It hurts.
It hurts, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the boiler. That's the boy. That's it. We got to get him some blood.
Thank you for watching the IndySlotCar channel.